I've just turned the heating on. This room that I'm in gets very cold, and we're only in autumn, start of autumn now. It's beginning to get freezing. Everyone's gas bill's going to go through the roof, and this might be the most testing time yet. We went through COVID, but I think this cost of living crisis now, people are going to really struggle. So do what you can to heat the house up. Stay in one room. That's the best way I can point you. Stay in one room as long as you can, and then maybe heat the other rooms about half an hour before you go to bed. That would be keeping the cost down. Use your thermostats to about 18 to 20 degrees, and then that way the gas prices aren't going to fluctuate. They're only going to, the gas is only going to come on when the temperature dips, and that way no one should go cold. But it's bloody freezing. I actually was just sat in the living room today, and I had no socks on, and my feet felt like ice. And normally I just wear thin socks, but I made sure I put a pair of thick socks on as well. So just be careful and mindful that we're only, 26th of September, 27th in about 35 minutes to be precise. So we're not even in October yet, and if we're getting this kind of bloody weather now, I don't know what's coming around the corner, but it's not going to be great anyway. So moving away from the weather, I've just finished my nebulized gentamicin, the second dose. I'm starting to feel the effects now of the medication actually working since I've come off the IV therapy. So it's doing a very good job for me at the moment. I spoke to my physiotherapist who prescribes the gentamicin today. Explained that I tried with the mouthpiece, but I was getting, it was making me heave. I felt like it was taking ages for the medication to run through. So I dug out my old tobramycin mask, which is obviously it covers the mouth and the nose, and I just keep it compressed on my face so the gentamicin doesn't come out and go near the eyes. So I'm taking precautions that way. So I told her that. She was happy enough to, keep me doing that kind of regimen as long as I'm washing my face after it. Now, what we found out today is tobramycin is back in the country. So we had to have a discussion about that. Does she want to change me back to the tobramycin or keep me on the gentamicin? So I said, for now, I'm willing to stay on the gentamicin because I think it's working. I'm also not getting the side effects I got with the tobramycin, that it's not got a taste, which is mad for the medication. It's got no taste whatsoever. But with the tobramycin, it's got a bit of a disgusting taste to it. So I did say I'm willing to stay on the gentamicin for, say, a year, see how it goes. And if I keep, if it does what the tobramycin did by about year 2, maybe switch over to the tobramycin and then just keep going back and forth every couple of years. And the physiotherapist was, she was happy to stick with that kind of plan. So I'm going to stick. Hiya there, Isabel. You okay, love? I'm willing to stick with that plan anyway, moving forward with my chest health. Hello, Gecko. I've only got one person watching me, so it's mad. The numbers are coming up. So yeah, it's been quite a challenging time really with this lung condition, and my lung condition seems to get worse during winter. I think everyone else probably are the same, with so many bugs. People sneezing and coughing next to you. We pick up everything and everything. Very lucky in the sense we're not like cystic fibrosis, because if a cystic fibrosis person gets on a bus, and they're next to another cystic fibrosis person, they pass a lot of stuff on. So we're okay. I'm trying to keep me immune system. Do you accept Donna? What's accept Donna? I don't know what you mean. But yeah. So I had a good consultation today. Moving forward, we're just going to stick with this medication now. I've got my October review with my specialist there in Salford. So I've got 2 lung specialists. I've got one in Wivenshaw and I've got one in Salford. So I'm quite privileged, not being big-headed, but I'm very privileged to have 2 lung specialists. Hi, Isabel. I'm not doing too bad. I've had a bad chest infection the last, I think it was about 3 weeks ago. Had to have some IV antibiotics, and after I come off the IV antibiotics, I have to go on daily antibiotics through a nebulizer. So I'm good as I can be. That's it really. I've just got to keep pushing through, you know. Every day's different. Yeah, like and subscribe there, yeah. Thank you very much for that. So I just got to keep fighting. The mentality is to never give up. We can all give up, you know, in the crossroads and say, I've had enough of this. And the only way you're going to get through anything, depression, long-term illness, is having some kind of faith. My faith is in the Lord Saviour Jesus Christ, because I've always, you know, I've always been knocked down and I've always got back up, and I always say carry your own cross. But if you're not that way inclined and you don't have any faith, whatever it is, you find some faith in something. So if that's seeing someone struggle and come from the bottom back up, you can take solace in that admiration and you can put it into your own life. Because I'm sick and tired of people saying, I'm not like you. I wasn't born this way. You know, I had to go through testing times, you know, tribulations. I had to go through failures. I'm still going through failures every day. But, you know, so I understand that everyone has their own problems. And even if there's similar problems, yeah, there's similar problems. But it's almost like the world owes people something, and the world owes no one nothing. I class my lung disease as that if my lung disease is me having to, you know, take that on for whatever mistakes and whatever I've made in my life, so be it. I take it with a badge of honor, because we've all got our own problems, whether it's, you know, long-term illness, whether it's death in a family, whether it's loss of a loved one, someone cheated. You know what I'm saying? We all carry our own battle scars, and I just want you to know that you can carry on. You know, you got to think about my life. My life is always up and down, up and down, up and down. There's no consistency in my life. So when I'm getting somewhere, I seem to get knocked back down again. But I have to have this mentality that I'm a comeback kid. Because if I don't have that mentality, then it's easy. I'm just gonna, what's it, die in the passage, if that's what I'm looking at. I'm just gonna die and say, listen, this is me now. We can all have that mentality. This is me now. This is the bad cards I've been dealt. Fuck that. You know? Say, nah, this is where we get the strength from. I've been given this lung disease because I can show you, who can't even, you know, go through a common cold without crying, that I can do this. That's like carrying your own cross. Be proud of it. So I will be there every single live. Thank you very much, Supreme Gecko. How have you found the page, mate? If you don't mind me asking. But yeah, the depression side, if you allow these things to beat you up, they will beat you up forever. And flashbacks, you know, things like that, you've got to push them flashbacks to the back of your mind. It's not easy. But when you're having a dull moment, you've got to remember your brain is like a conveyor belt, and it's just a system of thoughts, and it can be positive thoughts, it can be negative thoughts. And what you got to think your brain is like a toilet. So when you get them negative thoughts, you flush the chain on it, and then you replace it with a positive thought, and you keep it going. And eventually, I'm not saying it'll always work, because it won't, but eventually your brain will start program itself to learn what positive thoughts feel like and what negative thoughts feel like, and you may trick the brain into thinking more positively. If all you think is negative, negative, seek it, speak it, and receive it. I'm sorry, I don't care who it upsets. Seek it, speak it, receive it. So I'm saying, listen, what you put out in the universe, I don't believe in the universe, I believe in a God, but whatever you put out, you will kind of get that tenfold. So I'm saying, try and be good in your heart. Try not to be angry. And the hardest thing of life is try and be stress free. But in the life that we live, it's almost impossible. But life almost also must come with stress, because with me being Italian and Maltese, I've learnt that our families are a little bit different than English people, where we were born in England, but when we have a little argument, it can be a full-on heated argument, but it's over. There's no grudges, it's over. but there's good level of stress the body's used to. Now, if the body's not used to any stress at all, when it does get a COVID, when it does get an infection, when it does get an argument, that body will keel over. So you need to find a nice balance, really, people. You need to find a great balance of that, your diet, who you actually speak and surround yourself with is massively important. If you surround yourself with negative people, it's going to have a detrimental effect on your mental health. If you surround yourself with positive people, like-minded people who see your thoughts, who see your words as strength and not weakness and not being insulting, you're putting the energy out there to the person and they're receiving it open-hearted, where a weak person will see insults in every little detail that you're describing to him as strength. And before I go, I'll leave you with this. If anyone watched the Rocky boxing Rocky Balboa, the trainer Mickey once said to Rocky Balboa, "Get up, you son of a bitch, because Mickey loves you." Now, someone looking at that quote could look at it in two different ways. One, he called Rocky's mum a son of a bitch. No, that's really bad. But the positive person would say he used the mother as a son of a bitch to switch him on because Mickey loves you. So never try and convince anyone who has no emotional intelligence whatsoever that you are trying to elevate a person. You are trying to get them from where they are to where they need to go, because you will not succeed in it. Trust me, I've tried it. It doesn't work. You might as well talk to a brick wall. So what I'm saying is, guys, still be kind-hearted, still be positive, but don't give your energy out to too many people, because they will soak it up like a sponge only to throw it down the street. Look after yourself, guys, and each other. Take care, yeah.